Hey everybody, Detector here. So today's video is just going to be a video of kind of random metal detecting stuff. I did go on a hunt today, but the video that I did is a collaboration video with another YouTuber. His name is The Man with the Hat. So we will be posting our videos that we kind of did together next weekend, so make sure to keep an eye out for that. So in the meantime, today's video is going to be, like I said, just kind of random metal detecting stuff. One of the things that I wanted to show is I've been wanting to coat my pinpointers with this Plasti-Dip. And you can see from the picture, it's just, it's a rubber coating that you can put on the handles of your tools. And it's supposed to protect them. So I wanted to dip both of them in that, and I'll be doing that today. So let's go ahead and get started. Now there are videos out there on YouTube that show this, just giving it a good mix here, and some of the other videos, they coat the pinpointers. Some of them coat like all the way past the buttons, some of them stop, you know, here, they don't coat over the light. I'm just going to be doing like the first 1.5 inches, 2 inches or so, because that's really where my pinpointers get dirty. Same thing with my Garrett one here. So what I did was I went ahead and I washed both of them with warm water and some regular dish soap, just so I can make sure it's a nice clean surface to work with. And I've been mixing this. You're supposed to mix it thoroughly before using. So that's what I'm doing. I don't recommend shaking it because then it'll get all over the lid. There. Alright, so I'm not really sure. I guess we'll just scrape off some of the excess here. This is a skewer, like a kebab skewer that I'm using to mix it. So you definitely don't want to use like a fork or a knife. That would not be good. There. Alright. So I'm going to start with LC. This is my Lander C pinpointer. So I'm just going to go pretty much right to the end of the C right there. So now you're supposed to dip it. It says 1 inch for every 5 seconds. And then you're supposed to remove it at the same speed. So we'll go there. And this is very strong. It's got a very strong smell, almost like a, I don't know, paint thinner or something like that. So you definitely want to do it in a ventilated area. We've got our windows open today, so the house is ventilated. And I'm just kind of wiping the edge because there was that little tip that was hanging off there. Alright. There, see? So you can kind of see what it'll look like. Oh, there we go. Move it a little bit closer. Here we go. There. So, like I said, I'm just doing the end just to give it a little protection against, you know, dirt and rocks and shells or whatever. So, now it says that you're supposed to, like, hang it from something and hang it while you're doing it. I'm just going to hang mine off the edge of my counter. I put a trash bag on the floor in case it drips. You can catch the drippings. There we go. So I'm just going to hang that. Now you're supposed to wait 30 minutes between each coating, and you can do however many coats you want. And then it says wait 4 hours before using it, you know, using whatever you've coated. So, yeah, so there's that one. Okay, so now we're going to do my Garrett pinpointer, aka Seeker. Alright, and another reason why I didn't want to coat this whole thing is because there is the ruler on here, but if you coat it, I don't know that you'd be able to see the numbers anymore. So, yeah, I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to go about 1.5 inches or so up, because that's pretty much where the dirt stops. So, alright. So, we'll go in nice and slow. And this is removable, so if you like decide that you don't like it or this gets torn up and you're ready to redo it, you can always peel it off and then start fresh. There. And you can see it's not very drippy or anything. So, just wiping off the edge there. It's still, there's not a hole or anything in that. It's still good. Alright. See, so right here, I don't know if y'all can really see that in the camera, but you can see a little bit of this scraper poking through. So I think I might do another coat. I'll probably do 2 coats on both of these actually, just so I can make sure they're both protected. Alright. So, yeah, looking pretty good. Alright. So yeah, this is it. This is pretty much what I wanted to show y'all. So yeah, so this will protect it, and because when I first got my Garrett pinpointer, I was kind of using it to dig with. I wasn't really pinpointing, I was like scraping the ground with it. So this one's a little bit more scratched up than my Land or Sea pinpointer. But this will protect it, or at least it'll cover up what I was doing with it. So, you know, if I go hunting with somebody, they're not going to be like, oh, so you were using your pinpointer to dig holes. And I'll be like, yeah, I sure was. So, yeah, alright, so now I got to wait 30 minutes before I can put on the second coat. But I'll do the same process. I'll wait for it to be the 30 minutes, and then I'll dip it in real slow, and then I'll pull it out real slow, and then I'll just let it dry. So yeah, so if you've used your pinpointer to dig with before as well, you know, this could be an option that you could look into. And it does come in different colors, the Plasti-Dip, and it also comes in a spray can. I didn't get the spray can just because I thought that this would be easier to control. Plus, I was thinking about coating my coils on beaker with this, because my beaker is a Garrett Sea Hunter MK2 or Mark II, and I've looked online, but I've not yet been able to find any kind of coil covers or coil protectors. I know a lot of machines out there do have coil covers. I've not been able to find one for my Sea Hunter. So I was considering doing this for my coils to at least protect the bottom of them, because I kind of tend to scrape it against the shells and stuff out when I'm at the beach or in the water. So I might look into that, but that's another reason why I got this one, because I can maybe brush it on instead of having to spray it on using the spray can. So yeah, so that's pretty much it for this. Alright guys, so something else that I've been wanting to show, because I've gotten a lot of questions on it, is what kind of camera setup do I use when I record my videos. So I use a GoPro. This is a GoPro Hero 4 Silver, and this is the, well, today I went hunting. This is the back that doesn't have a screen on it. There are 3 different backs that I know of. This one, which is an open back. Then there's one that has a thin piece of plastic on it, which you can still use the touch screen. And then there's one that has a hard piece of plastic that goes around the whole thing, and that's hard just like this. But this is one that I use, and this is the clip that I use. See, this is a GoPro clip, but it's just a tiny one. And then what I do is, this is the hat that I always wear. This is my 2 alcohol Simpsons hat. But what I do is I clip this right onto the bill. There you go. So this is my setup. This is what I wear when I record my videos. And I've got the angle perfect, the way, or where I like to shoot my videos, so I don't ever take this off unless I absolutely have to, because like I said, the angle is perfect. When I put it on my head, the camera is looking right where it needs to look to get a good shot. So, but this is my camera setup. This is it. So, yeah. And there are a bunch of different mounts. I've used the chest mount before, and that's kind of like a harness that you wear. It wraps around your body. But I've noticed with the chest mount that if you bend down to pick something up and you bend at the waist, the camera tends to bend down and it ends up giving like a pretty decent crotch shot, or sometimes a stomach shot, depending. So I prefer to use the head mount. And there is a strap, so if you didn't want to hook it onto here, because one of the downsides of having the GoPro on my hat is I have to make my adjustment back here, I have to make it really tight This way the weight of the GoPro doesn't pull the hat down, because it's done that before where if it's not tight enough, it'll eventually pull it down so that you start seeing more and more of my feet or my legs and less of the detector coil. So that is one of the downsides, but they do have a head strap that you can use, and it's like elastic, and then on the inside it's got some kind of a little rubber coating that actually helps stick to your forehead and I guess to your hair. But I've not used that one. I might use it when I'm out in the water and I start doing like some snorkeling shots and stuff. I don't know how that'll fit with a snorkel mask, so I might have to figure out a different mount for that. But this is the current mount that I use for those of y'all that were asking about it. It's just a little pressure clip and I just hook it onto the bill of my hat. Yep, so that's that. And then the camera that I'm using right now, this is a Samsung ST150F. It's just a little tiny camera. It's not very big at all. But yeah, it's a great little camera. It's about 3 or 4 years old, so that doesn't really focus that well if I zoom in, especially when I'm recording if I zoom in. So I need to maybe upgrade my wrap-up camera, this camera right here. So yeah, that's what I wanted to show you guys about my camera mounts. Let's see, something else that I wanted to show y'all, because I do mention it a couple of times, is the Vibratector that I started out detecting with. This is what started it all. So I was watching a YouTube video one day, and it was a video, it was, you know, recommended for you. And it was this guy, and he was snorkeling, and he had a Vibratector. And he was down there in the rocks, and he was just, you know, finding coin after coin after coin. And I was like, man, that's really cool. So I looked it up on Amazon, and this was like 150, 160 bucks. And it's just a tiny little thing. It's dusty right now because I've not used it. But it's a 4-inch plate. And here, let me show you guys. There we go. Vibratector from Treasure Products, Inc. And it's a pulse induction metal detector. Vibratector 730, it's waterproof, and, well, you guys can't really see that, submersible to 30 feet. So yeah, it's pretty good. But yeah, this is what started it all. So I had this for about 2 months, and I would take it out on the boat with us every time we went out. And I'd be snorkeling around and I'd use this, and I found, you know, bottle caps and a can, whatever, nothing really cool. But one day I was like, well, let me try going on shore, because maybe I'll be able to find more stuff on shore where people are walking around and picking up shells. But this is maybe, I don't know, 18 inches long. So imagine me, I'm on shore with this. I'm like bent over like the Hunchback of Notre Dame, trying to metal detect on the beach with a handheld, essentially pinpointer. It's essentially what this is. So it just really didn't work. My husband was laughing at me. My friends were laughing at me. So I was like, alright, so I need to upgrade my metal detecting game. So that's when I bought my Garrett Sea Hunter. So, but yeah, so this is what started it all. It's a great little detector, and I'll probably take it out there with me periodically just to mess around with it, I guess. I don't know. So I wanted to show that to y'all in case you had not seen it or you didn't know the story about it. That's it right there. Alright, and the last thing I wanted to talk about is there is a gathering coming up on May 6th, so that's in about a month from now. It's going to be a gathering. A couple of us are getting together to do some metal detecting, and I will be there. It's a Friday, so unfortunately if you have to work, I don't know, you have to take off from work to go there, or maybe call in sick. But it's going to be potentially in Clearwater, possibly a little bit farther south in Indian Rocks Beach, or maybe even Treasure Island. But I'll be there. Ron DeGhetto from, he's the owner of the Gold Digger Metal Detectors. He will be there. And there's also going to be, well, Phil Myers, he's the owner of Myers Metal Detectors here in Tampa. He will also be there. And Surf Digger is going to be there. If you've not heard of his channel, make sure you check him out on YouTube. Just search for him, Surf Digger, and he'll be there. Who else? I think those are the main people that I know about that's going to be there. And then I've also been telling a couple of people that are local here. I've been telling them about it, you know, if they send me a private message or something like that, I've been mentioning it. But I figure I'd go ahead and put it out there for anybody else that's interested in going. So, you know, if you're going to be in the area or if you feel like taking a trip down to Florida, definitely swing by. I don't have all the details. I know for a fact it's going to be on May 6th, which is a Friday. That is set in stone, but as far as a location and a time, I don't have that yet. I probably won't have that until the week of the gathering. And we're not saying a dig. We're not calling it a hunt because you know, I don't know, it's just something we're going to do for fun. It's not like officially scheduled or sanctioned or whatever you want to call it. It's not an official event. It's just kind of a couple of us getting together to do some hunting. And if y'all are in the area or if you feel like coming to the area, you're more than welcome to come out and join us and, you know, say hi to all of us. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'll be posting details as I get them, which, like I said, it probably won't be until the week of the dig. So make sure you keep an eye on my videos and also my Facebook page. I think my Facebook page will be the biggest one because that's where I'll be posting it. So let's see what else. That's pretty much it. Like I said, it was just kind of random metal detecting-ness. Nothing really specific. I'm not posting my video from this weekend's hunt just yet, but if you've checked out or if you are following me on Instagram or Twitter, you can get a little sneak peek into what will be in the video coming out next weekend. So yeah, I'm very excited and I really, really wish I could post it today, or you know, this way you guys could see it, but it's just, I gotta wait. We both have to post our videos at the same time. This way y'all can get involved, because it's going to be a subscriber involvement video where you guys get to decide something. So yeah, but it's very exciting, so definitely make sure you watch my video next weekend. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Oh, I do want to say hi to Richard Stonehouse. He's one of my subscribers and he follows me on Facebook and whatnot, so just a quick shout out to him. Hello. I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, check me out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and if you feel like asking a question or leaving a comment, go ahead and leave it in the comment section below. Other than that, I guess I will see you guys later.